Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about a really cool error, one that took, well, close to 30 years to kind of come to light. And we're also talking about a relationship we have with grunttalksmlb.com. My buddy Darren over there is hosting my videos on his website, and I appreciate that. He's a veteran and he loves sports. Check him out when you get a chance. Thank you, Darren. Also, if you haven't already, I'd love to see you subscribe to the channel. Go down right now and click the little subscribe button. I'd love to see you added to the numbers. I appreciate it. It helps me, helps my channel. Let's get started on this error. Well, is it really an error? We're going to talk about that here. Today we're talking about the 100T. That's the card number for the 1989 Score Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. Well, the T stands for traded because this is a Score traded set, kind of like an update set. It did gain some value, but it's still a junk wax card. Well, in 2016, there was a forum called freedomcardboard.com where someone asked about a variation on this card. Some were calling it a variation, and some were calling it like a Score promo card, like a card that Score had made like a test, distributed them. But some were actually kind of believing that this was a fake card, a counterfeit card altogether. And there's a couple weird errors on this card that we're going to talk about when they actually made it. So why would someone go through the work of counterfeiting this card and still make some silly mistakes? And why would they counterfeit a junk wax card anyway? Well, as far as the second question there, I will say that this card did get some value of around $40 at its highest value. Has definitely gone down since then. So if someone was counterfeiting, they could probably make some money, or they were just counterfeiting for the fun of it, kind of seeing if they could counterfeit it. But don't know. We don't know how many were made or who actually did it. So I was searching online to get a hold of one of these cards, and while I don't actually have one in person, I was able to find one of these examples on eBay where it was a graded card by a now defunct company called Capital Grading. And this company got in trouble. They're no longer around, of course. They got in trouble because they were exposed for knowingly grading fake cards. It's one thing for a company to have poor grading or ugly labels, whatever, bad turnaround, or maybe even like grading a fake card by accident. But for a company to knowingly grade fake cards just to make some money, that's pretty horrible. And I'm glad that they're out of business. And while this card wasn't necessarily manufactured by Capital Grading, it's possible. We don't really know who the manufacturer is, who actually forged this. Okay, let's talk about that card and what the differences are, because if you have these, you may want to go through them and see if you can find and see if you have one of those fake ones. And while having a fake card would be a pretty bad thing, I think it's pretty cool to get a hold of one because they're actually really hard to find. So let's talk about that. So it has larger quotations on the bio on the back. They're kind of like longer and taller quotations. And you side by side, you can definitely see the difference in a fake one and a real one. There's unnecessary spaces before and after these quotations. So in a couple places, they just hit a quotation, then a space bar for some reason. So kind of a dumb mistake, but whatever. The rear picture of the kid is slightly lower on the fake one. It's hard to see, but it's cropped slightly lower. And there's green lines next to the Marinos logo on the back. They're slightly plumper, a little bit bigger on the fake one than the original. And as far as the font is concerned, it's slightly different as well. A little bit bolder on the fake one. And if you just look at the colors on the back, that green, that ocean green is just a little bit different. And there's one more big difference that you can notice right away. If you look where it says where he bats left, the fake one says bat left. They left off the S off there, and that you can just quickly look at the card and see whether it has that S or not, whether it's a fake one or not. I don't know why they made the stupid mistakes, but nonetheless, it took a long time, close to 30 years for it to even be found. And I think it's interesting to also note this Capital Grading actually they graded it a perfect 10, even though it's clearly off-centered left to right. It's a fake card, of course. And I love how they have rookie misspelt on the front as rook. They left the I out of it. So kind of a dumb mistake, but that is a company that is gone by the wayside. Take a look at your traded Ken Griffey Jr. scorecards and see if you have it. And just look for that S on the bats, and you'll notice it right away, whether it's fake or not. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got a lot of cool stuff on the way. I don't want you guys to miss out. So thanks so much for tuning in. And guys, we'll see you next time.